All right. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday again. My name is Morgan Heitzma with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is going to be a condensed version of our opportunities. So, again, our classes normally run about an hour or so. Today's going to be probably about half that, just to help those who are just beginning with the opportunities section within KW Command. So again, this is going to be more of a condensed, digestible version of our opportunities class here today. So without further ado, before we jump into our KW Command platform, just note that today's class is going to be recorded and can be found on our YouTube page. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in the chat box down below for you. And as we are navigating throughout today's training, please feel free to use this chat box. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to stop in real time and help answer those. If by chance I miss any of those, just know that I'm going to stay for a few minutes at the end of class here to help answer any questions I may have missed. Now, if by chance we have to jump into your account, help troubleshoot if there's something going on inside your KW platform, please feel free to reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'm going to throw that email in the chat box down below for you as well. And you can go ahead and email us any point in time, and we'll be sure to get back to you relatively quick. I think about same day. So as we are jumping in right here, this is the KW Command login page. If this is your first time seeing this page, it's going to be agent.kw.com. And it's going to take your KW username and password. Now, for today's demonstration, we're going to sign in underneath Scott's account. And once you hit sign in here, you're going to be taken to your KW Command homepage. We'll give this a second to load up here. Oh, there we go. Let's jump back over here. There we go. This is where you should be taken to right when you sign into the KW Command platform. Today's class, we're going to really focus on how do we set up our opportunities or our transactions, how do we submit documents to our market center, and how do we create commissions to get paid. So in this case right here, if we take a look in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a red KW square. If we give that a click, it should open up all of your navigational pages on the left-hand side right here. And today's class is going to be underneath opportunities, because it's going to look like two people shaking hands right here. And by clicking on opportunities, you should be taken to this page right here. This is going to be a timeline of basically your transaction here. However, if we take a look, you'll see that it's divided into 3 different colors. So right here we have our listings timeline, which is going to be in green here. We're going to have our buyers timeline, which is going to be in orange. And then we're going to have our leases timeline, which is going to be in purple here, so our landlord tenants. And then at the very bottom here, you'll also have an activity ratio. And let me zoom in just a hair here. Our activity ratio is going to be divided up between how many opportunities we have in each one of these sections here. So, for example, if I currently have 4 opportunities in my listings and 1 opportunity in my buyers, it kind of gives me an 80-20% ratio right here. So I can kind of very easily identify what my business is made up of at this current point in time. So here, my business is currently made up of 80% listings and 20% buyers right here. If we scroll down a little bit further, you also have your probable and potential income right here. Now, the potential income is how much you could potentially make if you close on this deal right here, or on all 4 of these deals. And the probable income is going to be where these guys are in the timeline right here. So if they're closer to being closed, you may have a more probable percentage here of these opportunities and your profit. Now, as we kind of take a look to the right here, we have our activity. Now this is going to be a month over month or kind of a year round opportunities. So every month, once it gets to February, this will scoot over a little bit further, and you'll have that full 12-month timeline of what your opportunities will be looking like. So here again, we can say we can very easily pinpoint which months of the year tend to be a little bit heavier for us, which tend to be a little bit lighter, and that way we can judge our business a little bit more accordingly. Now, scrolling back up here to these three timelines, there's actually a lot of information here, and they're relatively copied between each timeline. So let's look at the listings here first. So within our listings, we have cultivate. Let's see if I can highlight it. Cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed right here. So we have these five titles right here: cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. And these again represent where your client is in the transaction process. So if we think about the transaction process, it's typically, under contract and closed. But everything else that we're doing here on this timeline is to help ensure a successful sale here. So as we take a look, starting from cultivate right here, cultivate would essentially be the moment a cold lead were to click on, say, your social media ad, and you captured their information, and you're working with that lead. Appointment will be when you're starting to, in this case, set up appointments to list the house. Active will be you staging and showing the home. Under contract will be when we find a buyer for that listing, and then closed will be once that deal has successfully closed. So you see that every step along the way is from the moment that a cold lead comes into your database to the moment that you close on the deal right here. So so again, we can essentially throw in a number of our leads to be able to start nurturing them down the pipeline. Now, if we take a look down here on buyers, we'll have that same sort of style. We have our cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. Now, even though this has the same titles right here, just note that you're going to have different jobs in the active section. So for active listings, you're going to be staging and showing the home. For active buyers, you're going to be searching for homes, right? So so once we actually take a look right below these titles, each one of these images are going to be clickable. So if I were to click on this image right here, I can actually see searching, showing, and negotiations. So again, it does a good job of keeping it kind of the same, but a little bit different for each side of the transaction. Now, each one of these are clickable. Each object or each what we call phase here, we're able to jump into, and then there's a number of different stages that we can come across in order to move that opportunity down into the appointment, active, under contract, and closed. Now, right below that, we'll have these colored circles right here, and these represent how many opportunities are in each section right here. So as we can see, there's 2 opportunities in cultivate, 1 in appointment, 1 in active, 0 in under contract, and 0 closed. And so at any point in time, if anyone were to come up to me and ask me, hey, what does your business look like today, right now? I can simply jump into my opportunities, take a look right here, and very rapidly be able to tell them where my business stands. So taking a look, I'm going to jump in, and I'll get to the top portion here in a minute. Jumping in, I have a little bit more manageable section right here. So if somebody were to ask me, what does my opportunities or what does my business look like today? I can say, well, on my listing side, I have 1 listing that I'm cultivating, 4 that are in appointments, one that is active, 5 that are under contract, and 0 closed. And on my buyer side, I have 2 buyers that I have 1 buyer that I'm cultivating, 2 that are in appointments, 4 that are in active, 1 under contract, and 0 closed. Now, aside from my my word stutters there, it should be relatively easy to note what your business looks like just at a glance right here. So Again, really, really cool. Now, you see that I have a lot more numbers than we first saw right here. Up at the very top, you'll have a couple different categories here that kind of moves us around. Now, if you are a solo agent, you may only have your name up at the very top, plus all opportunities. If you're on a team, you may have the team title plus your name right here. So this is to determine, is this a team transaction or is this a personal transaction? Again, this will only be for team members. Now, there's one other situation where you might find up here, and this is totally dependent on your team. If your Rainmaker decides that they only want team members to create opportunities underneath the team, they may have the opportunity to toggle off your personal opportunities here. So, so again, a couple different options when you have a team and you want to kind of structure it in different ways here. Now, as I'm taking a look here, all the way over to the right-hand side, you'll see that that I have these GCI boxes. And again, very much like we discussed at the very bottom here, we have our potential and our probable income. Now, our probable income is about $98,636. But our potential income, based off of where everybody's on at in the pipeline, is about 178,932. Sorry. So yeah, so if we were to carry all of these opportunities over to close, we could potentially walk away with this as a commission. But seeing as how probably about half of them are in the later half of the timeline, this is going to be about what we potentially what our probable income is going to be. You'll also have this down below here. With you being on a team, how do you keep your own pipeline? You have a few deals in your pipeline, although is on my team leads pipeline. So now this again would depend on if how your Rainmaker is structured up your team. Okay, so if you have a personal opportunity and like a personal transaction, you're selling your home, you're selling your grandmother's home, you know, things like that may be that may not be team related. What we can do is we can click on this create opportunity button on the top right hand corner here, and we can either select the team, or we can unselect the team, and it will be a personal opportunity. If you hire a transaction coordinator, do they have access to your opportunities page as well? So this would be dependent on how you hire your transaction coordinator. So if you hire them similar to just like an admin, they would essentially probably use your login to run your transactions and stuff. So in that case, they would probably have access to your opportunities. If you belong to a team and you want to create a team temporary login, that would be dependent on their permission levels. And then last but not least, if you want to add them to KW, they would have to be added as a team to you. And then again, you can enhance the permission levels to be able to kind of adjust the opportunities as well. All right, as we're taking a look right here, since we just jumped right in, the top right-hand corner, this is going to be where we create all of our opportunities. So we'll give this a click right here. Depending on if you belong to multiple market centers or if you're transferring from one market center to another, you may have a drop-down within your market center option here. So you may not have as many as I have here, but you should at least have both market centers that you belong to. Now, this is very important because typically when we go to create an opportunity, it pulls up just one market center here. However, again, if you just transferred, you may want to, it may show your old market center and you may want to toggle it forward. Now, the importance of this right here is once we create this opportunity is going to be connected to this market center right here. Unfortunately, once it's created, we'll be unable to edit this portion. We'll also be able to unable to edit other options as well, in terms of the team, in terms of the opportunity type, and I think that's going to be about it. So, so these are going to be, these top sections right here are going to be kind of locked in once we actually create the opportunity. So, again, if this was a buyer and we accidentally create a listing opportunity, unfortunately, we would have to just archive the opportunity and recreate it. Same thing with the team. Sorry, I know this is kind of a repeat here. Same thing with the team, right? If you create a team opportunity and it was supposed to be a personal, unfortunately, you'd have to archive that opportunity and then recreate it under the correct account. All right, in this case right here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to select just a personal opportunity here underneath this market center. Is this going to be a listing or is this going to be a buyer opportunity? For this case right here, I'm going to choose listing. And then right here, I can have, I can search for a client. And so in this case right here, if I already have a client name in my database, so we'll probably use fake name here today. It should auto-populate here for you to be able to just pull in that information. If it does not populate, just know that you'll also have an option to create that contact in real time to allow you to proceed forward with the opportunity. As we are taking a look right here, so we'll actually, yeah, let's grab fake name. Our co-seller, this is a great example of why we say that it's always good to keep your contacts separate. I know some agents love to have like a husband and wife on the same contact. However, a perfect example here is maybe me and my wife may purchase a home this year, and in this case, I can you know, but maybe 3 years down the line, me and my business partner will invest in a commercial location that will have nothing to do with my wife at all. So in this case right here, if we keep the contacts separate, at any point in time, I can do fake name and fake name's wife right here, or I can do fake name and then fake name's business partner. So if this was a husband and wife on one contact here, unfortunately, we'd be unable to kind of separate that out as needed. So, so again, keep in mind there is a method to keeping your contacts separate. You do have more editability or availability to you later down the line. So as we're scrolling down right here, I'm not going to choose a co-seller today, but we do have our opportunity name right after, and our opportunity name is going to auto-populate based off of the client's name and which side of the transaction we're on. So if I chose to be on the buyer side, it'll say fake name buyer. If I chose to be on the listing side, it'll say fake name listing right here. If this is a buyer, this is perfectly fine to have this as an opportunity name. We haven't really found a location for this individual just yet. So again, we can keep it as fake name buyer. But if this is a listing here, it may be worth it to add in the listing address, because as we're going through and adding documents and submitting documents and things like that, it's just going to be a little bit smoother for you as well as your market center when it comes to submitting documents and getting those approved. So in this case, if this is a listing, I'll just type in 123 Main Street. And down below here, we have our custom tags. Now, again, think of opportunities as transactions, right? So, so these are going to be transaction tags or opportunity tags, similar to contact tags, but they involve, or they're in regards to the transaction. So how do you want to tag out your transactions? Do you want to tag it out based off of first-time home buyer? You want to tag it out based off of price range, geolocation, bedroom, bathroom square footage, anything really pertaining to that transaction, right? So for buyers, it may be a little bit different. Buyers, it may be something that they're looking for, again, geolocation or a two-story or things like that. So, so again, if you have it, again, add it, because it's going to help you as you go and search through your opportunities here. Last but not least, we have these six different sections right here. There's only going to be three that are have a red asterisk, which are required. to proceed forward. However, your estimated close date, time frame, and listing price, we can go ahead and skip this for now. If we have the information, we can go ahead and enter it in. But again, if not, we can skip it for now, and then we can just proceed forward with the commission rate. Opportunity phase and stage. Now this is a cool section down below here as well, because say you forgot to enter in a opportunity or a transaction, right? And you're halfway through the deal, say you're under contract, we can actually move this. Well, I guess we can actually move all the way. We can move this to all the way up to active negotiation, because actually once it goes under contract, it acts like a locked-in deal with two parties signing the contracts, right? So we can actually move the opportunity all the way up to active right before under contract and closed right here. But for this case right here, let's go ahead and just put it back into the cultivate section, cultivate watch, and then we'll go ahead and hit create here. Now, once we create an opportunity, it opens us up into that actual opportunity that we've created. So really quickly here, if I were to back out, I can jump into my cultivate section right here. I can click on the plant. And there we go. There's that 123 Main Street right here. So now I have this opportunity card that I can carry down the pipeline to watch, nurture, hot, and then I can move it all the way up to appointments when I'm ready to move it forward and carry it down the pipeline here. And here's some more opportunities. So what's also cool about this is even though I entered it in as 123 Main Street, you also have the ability to still view the name of the contact as well. So just note that once you change that, you don't have to worry about the names disappearing on you. Now I'm going to move this back over to cultivate. Note when I hover over the dotted square up top there, it has to turn blue in order for it to snag and catch over to the next section here. If it's gray like this, it'll just it'll snap back into this page. So wait until it's blue, then I can let go. It'll snap back over here, and then I have my 123 Main Street. Now, again, once we're inside the cultivate section, here's your timeline again. Cultivate appointment active under contract and closed. Here is 123 Main Street that we've had. If we were to click on the title, it'll open us up back into that opportunity section that brings us to when we first create the opportunity. So hopefully that kind of helps reorient ourselves on where we're at right here. You can create a transaction. If your transaction coordinator is joining Keller Williams and is part of KW, like you can have them be added to your team, and they can have specific permissions to run your opportunities. Now again, this would be like a personal transaction coordinator, right? If this is a market center transaction coordinator, it'll be dependent on you. I'm not sure how they structure out their the way they do their setups. But yeah, so once we're inside of here, very much kind of like the contact page, the left-hand side is all the information that we filled out. The right-hand side is going to be the property information. Now, it may be a little bit hard to see, but there's actually a pencil right here to click and edit. And if we need to edit or adjust anything, just note that you can see that up top here. But there's going to be a couple things that we can't change. So we can't change the market center, can't change the team, and I think that may be about it. Yeah. So, and maybe the deal owner as well. So again, but everything else you can go ahead and adjust and change. Again, on the right-hand side, we have the property information. So we can edit this pencil and we can fill in the property info. You also have an additional section up at the top left-hand corner, only for the listings timeline. This is a button that says select from listings. We can actually pull in a specific listing to showcase. Now, I'm going to choose show all listings, not show only my listings. But again, if you have those, it may populate for you. If not, maybe choose the all listings and then type in the address. What is the process of starting a team? I would possibly defer to your MCA or your team leader within your market center, as they may have the most up to date information on getting started with creating a team. Now I'm just going to select a random listing, but when I selected that listing here, it actually pre-populated this right-hand side for me. So again, really cool here. Now moving over, instead of your navigational pages being on the top, they're actually kind of in the center here. So we have our details, our marketing, documents, offers and commissions, notes, and timeline here. Marketing, again, is only going to show up on the listing site, so we don't really need to do any marketing for buyers. But again, each part of the timeline that you move this opportunity to is going to give you a little bit different pieces of marketing for you to be able to kind of create during that part of the transaction or timeline. Documents right here. This is where we go to submit our documents to our principal reviewing broker or to our market centers to get approved here. So you may not see anything at the very beginning here, but on the left-hand side, the first option is going to be pick a checklist type. We'll give this a click here. Again, you may not have as many options as I have, and your options may look a little bit different than mine moving forward here, because your market center is actually the one that creates these checklists. So again, if you're not seeing what I'm seeing, again, that's perfectly fine. But you should at least have something similar in terms of a residential listing option here, and it should populate some options for you. Now, now that we have this checklist open here for us, we also want to note on the left-hand side we have listed, under contract, and closed. So these again are going to represent where in the deal we're currently at here. So with listed first, again, it'll give you the name of the document that they're looking for, the type, whether it be a disclosure or agreement, whether it's required, optional, or conditional contingent on the property. You'll be able to see these tags right here. On the left-hand side, you'll see if it's not uploaded, uploaded, accepted, or rejected. And then on the right-hand side right here, you'll see the opportunity to drag and drop your files from your computer. Now, this is a little bit... we have a separate class for our DocuSign, but this right here, this button is where you go to connect your DocuSign rooms to get your market center as well as your board forms pulled in to get them filled out and sent off for signatures. So you do have that option right here. We'll cover this in a different class, but again, if you're not seeing this start a transaction button, you may need to first connect your DocuSign within your settings here. It's going to be your name and then your drop down. Now, over here off to the right-hand side, we have offers and commissions. You may not see anything at the very start here, but as soon as offers start coming in on this listing, we can go ahead and add them here. You can call it any title that you want. I'm just going to leave it with initial offer here at the beginning, and then create offer. If you fill out the address info in the opportunity, will it populate in DocuSign? Yes, it should. What's actually really cool is it should pull this in. If you pull in that listing, it'll pull in this listing information as well as a couple other bits of information as well. And then and as far as our offers and commissions, so we need to submit an offer. We need to accept an offer in order for us to even see the commission page. So this right here is going to be our first offer. It's going to give you a timeline of the 4 different categories that we need to fill out in order to create this offer here. So right here you had the version name, offer date, and close date. Then we'll go ahead and hit parties here. This will auto-populate based off of which side of the transaction or opportunity you're on. Since this is a listing here, we are on the seller side. If we were to create a buyer opportunity, we would be placed on the buyer side. But there's only a few pieces of information that we need to create this this offer here. Of course, the more information, the better. But in this case, I think we just need the buyer name as well as the buyer's agent name. So we'll do Sally sample here, and then we'll have our real estate agent Roy, who is on the buyer side. So now as we are moving forward here, again, fill in as much information as you have right here. And then we'll go over to our terms. Our terms is going to be the cash and finance amount. So again, there we go. So we've entered in a cash and a finance amount, earnest amount right here, optional fee. Termination option, buyer will give notice of termination within blank days after contract, and then seller costs. So seller will contribute blank to a residential service contract and to settlement costs right here. I'm going to leave these options kind of blank here, and I'm just going to move forward. Last but not least, you have your agent analysis, pros and cons, and summaries. So you do have this this option right here to fill this out, and then once we complete this here, we can hit save. And we have our timeline, or sorry, not our timeline. We have our offer. And once we fill out more offers here, they'll start to populate in that timeline sort of fashion where you can kind of scroll down and view all these offers. Now, I know we're kind of short on time here. It's going to be a quick class, but I do want to show these 3 dots and send offer. This is probably one of my most favorite things within this offer section. This allows you to be able to send this offer automatically to that client that's connected to this opportunity. You can send a message. You can also change this email address as well if you'd like. Send a message. You have a new offer. Great news. There's a new offer on your listing. So they already pre-populated some good information right here. And then on the top right-hand corner right here, you can actually see what that offer email is going to look like. So it actually is like pretty nice and clean, pros, cons, and summary. So buyer really liked this. Buyer was concerned about that. If we do this and not do that, then buyer will close, you know, or you know, so on, right? So we actually have this this ability, and it gives you the ability, your clients the ability to download your app as well. So very, very nicely branded to you and your business. Now I'm going to hit back here. Once you accept this offer, you can either accept or reject. You can also add a negotiation or edit the offer if you made a mistake. But once you hit accept right here, these 2 buttons are going to change pretty much in real time here. So if we watch this, I'm going to hit accept. And then you see that these 2 buttons change to change response and manage commission. Now we have the ability to fill out our commission report. So taking a look right here, it does a good job of giving you these ugly red errors in case we ever need to fill anything out or if any information is incorrect. And then the right-hand side is going to be your summary. So as we're filling this out on the left-hand side, your right-hand side should populate in real time. This is what we're actually going to send to our MCA within our market center. So first and foremost, taking a look at on the left-hand side, we have a couple different sections. So we have one square right here. We have another larger square right here. And then in between, we have these 2 clickable buttons. So first and foremost, the top is the general information, basically info that we just filled out when we created the opportunity. There wasn't a contract date added when I entered that opportunity, so I may need to jump in here and just fill this in. So let's do today's date here. I'm going to hit save changes. It's going to update the right-hand side in real time. It's also going to get rid of that ugly red error for us. So now as we kind of scroll down, it doesn't quite look like there's any more red errors. So we are kind of good to go to submit this. However, down below here within our payment section, we have add another agent and add a co-broker payment. So these are going to be additional options if we're working with a team and you want to split this with another team member. You're going to choose add another agent right here. If I give this a click, Unfortunately, I created this opportunity under a personal profile, so I won't have any team member names, but creating this underneath of a team will give you those team members right here. So now I can go ahead and click on Joe, Sally, and everyone else on my team, and I can go ahead and start splitting commissions with them. Add a co-broker payment right here. This is going to be for referrals. So again, if you need to send a referral fee out to somebody, you can go ahead and click on this right here, commission percentage or a commission amount. I believe these fluctuate or adjust. So if I hit like 12%, it goes to 48. But if I type in, say, 46 amount, it goes to 11.5. So it kind of adjusts either one of them here. Your referral's name, email, additional information, and then once you hit save right here, your MCA will be able to kind of take that out and send that referral fee back over. Last but not least, we have our payments here. So taking a look at our payments, we have edit agent payment. So this is going to be your information right here. So again, how many units? This will come in handy if you belong to a team and you guys are splitting units. Your gross commission right here. It'll break down your royalty and cap. And as we go down here below, you also have E&O Bold Scholarship. So you do have the ability to kind of adjust this. KW Cares, KW Kids Can. Sorry, you may not be able to adjust E&O and Bold Scholarship, but you may be able to adjust the KW Cares, KW Kids Can. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. Perfect. Not E&O. You can adjust Bold Scholarship, KW Cares, and KW Kids Can. There we go. Perfect. So taking a look at all of this right here, I can also add any extra payment items. I can hit save changes right here. If I'm happy with that, you see that it already deducted that 1,000 from the deductions here, and it already kind of gave that pay to agents. So I already know what I'm kind of getting once I submit to my market center. If anything weird is going on with this opportunity, this transaction, or especially this commission right here, and you're going to submit this, you can always add a note to your MCA right here and say, don't know this information, or this information is coming up incorrect. You just send some information, send a note to your MCA. They should be able to kind of help, or at least be able to take a look at something that you may be concerned about. And then once you're happy with the commission here, we'll just hit submit, and it'll send over to your MCA. How does the other agent get paid? So yep, this will be it'll all depend on what you choose, right? If it's an internal agent, whatever payment method they have set up, whether it be a check or direct deposit, and then add co-broker payment. I believe your market center sends out a check or something similar. All right, that's going to be about it for me here today. I know it was kind of a quick, short class, but again, we have longer, in-depth classes here for you guys today. If you have any questions, just note. I'm going to stay for a few minutes at the end of class here today. I'm going to help address any questions I may have missed as well. But again, thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic Friday and an even better rest of your week.